I feel like the biggest trap that you can fall into when it comes to you not having friends is, alright, so hi and good morning. As you can tell from the title of this video, this is going to be a little sneak peek into my life as an artsy green witch who has basically no friends. And I'm sharing this because maybe there is someone in a similar situation, and maybe this video can show you that you are not alone. And I know it sounds weird, but I feel like when we see that we are not the only one going through something that we are currently experiencing, it makes all of this less isolating. And so this is the intention behind the video. And don't worry, like, I got to a point where I can deal with the situation. But disclaimer, if you are in a different situation and you need someone to talk, please seek professional help, because I know better than anyone that it can be really hurtful to go through something like this. So be responsible and listen to your own self and what you need. So just putting it out there, I'm okay, and I'm not sharing this again to make you feel bad or something like this. It's just to show you that even though I try to make every single day as magical as I can, I'm going through hardships as well, and maybe it can help you in some way. But yeah, I have always struggled with having friends and keeping up relationships. I feel like keeping up the relationship is what makes it really difficult for me, because I don't like to spend a lot of time on my phone, and so it's like how we communicate nowadays. And I just sometimes don't look at my phone for 2 weeks, and that's why I'm so bad with social media, because when I feel like I need a break from online, I will literally put my smartphone away and like go into my little detox, like digital detox cave. And like obviously that doesn't make it easier to keep your friends. And I don't know, it just always felt like hard work to keep up the relationship. And especially in the last, I would say 2 years, it has become harder and harder. And I just don't have the energy anymore to put in so much into a friendship if I can tell that there is nothing coming back. And I'm not blaming anyone. Life is just happening. I know we are all dealing with our own stuff, but I just don't have the power anymore to keep up a friendship that is one-sided. And I feel like this is exactly what happened. Like nothing bad happened between these people and me. It was just like that everybody is like going their own path, and I love seeing where they are going. It's just that I feel like it's not our path together anymore. And you know, when they say people come into your life and some stay longer and some don't stay for a very long time, that's exactly what happened. And no hard feelings against anyone here. Just want to make this clear. But I would say let's spend this weekend together. Let's make it whimsical and magical and healing. And by the way, I'm still running a little bit low on energy. I'm still recovering, but we are nearly at 100% again. I just did not want to exhaust myself again and maybe risk of getting ill again. So yeah, just keep that in mind if this video is a little bit more slow paced and maybe short, because I could not film a whole lot of things, but I still hope you enjoy. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, comment and hype, because it really shows the YouTube fairies that they can recommend my content to more people. So now let's jump into the first activity as a green witch with no friends. Okay, so I'm back home, and one thing I always love when I'm outside alone is to go into little shops that are not mainstream. And so I went into this teeny tiny tea shop, which I love, and I just love supporting the small local businesses and artists. And so I talked to the woman, and she said she owns this place and she has been leading this tea shop since 20 or 25 years. Let me quickly check. No, it's even like since 40 years. She has this shop since 40 years. And I love it because she said she's just doing it for fun, because she owns the place. She is not in danger of closing it down because of financial issues. She's just doing it because she loves it. And I love supporting this. And I got two teeny tiny little things, by the way. How cute is this tea bag? Like, so cute. But I got, first of all, some tea, and this place has the most delicious teas that you can ever imagine. This time I got some fig rose tea. There is apple inside, fig, hibiscus, red beet, pineapple, and rose buds, and grapefruit oil. So it sounds super delicious. I cannot wait to try it out. And I also got this little tea strainer, which I thought is adorable, and it has this tiny little teapot on top of it, which I thought is so cute. But yeah, tea is always something that I love buying instead of buying something that you don't need. That just shows that I'm in my 30s now. Bella and I made it outside, and this is something that I always do on my free weekends. I just love spending my time outside and observing nature change, like just immersing myself in all of these colors and smells and sounds is so good. And this place is super magical. I haven't seen these flowers here before, so it's always really cool to find some new plants that I can then do some research on. And I feel like, honestly, being outside, I'm never bored. Like, whenever I'm outside, I never feel lonely. I never feel bored. Obviously, that's what works for me. But I just love going on adventures, exploring new places. And there is so much magic outside if we allow ourselves to find it. So yeah, it's super beautiful. It was supposed to rain, but I told you, whenever I say I go on an adventure with you, the sun is coming out, which is really good. And there is like these blackbirds, and they make so much noise. And I'm always like, is there something in the bushes behind me? Because I have to be a little bit careful because of Bella. But it's beautiful. And the flowers, I am so happy. Like, there is so much purple, there is so much yellow. I feel like when God created flowers, he was like, I love purple, I love yellow. Let's give the meadows purple and yellow. I don't know. It's really pretty and I'm so happy. I feel like the biggest trap that you can fall into when it comes to you not having friends is the thought, what is wrong with me? Because I cannot tell you how much I thought, what is wrong with me in my life? Like, I did not understand it because I was like, I'm doing my best here. Like, I'm trying, really trying to show up as a good friend. Like, I'm listening when you have struggles, I'm giving you advice, and still this happens. And so I still don't have an answer. I cannot give you a final answer on why this is happening. Maybe again, if you are in a similar situation, but I just want you to know that there is nothing wrong with you, because again, I feel like this is the one thing that keeps us trapped in our thoughts. And so I started to shift my perspective. I started to go from why is this happening to me over and over again to, okay, so this happened. How can I make my life more magical? How can I create days that make me feel happy and joyful? And at the end of the day, I can still say I showed up as my most authentic self, because I feel like at the end, that's what's important. If you can say, I showed up as my most authentic self and things still didn't work out, at least you know that you were true to yourself. And this is what helped me so many times over the last few months. And I would say 2 to 3 years is when I started to realize that these people started to fade away from my life. And so if you are in a similar situation, really the best advice that I can give you is try to pursue the things that make you happy. And I feel like the find your purpose thing is really misleading, because at the end it's all about doing the things that bring you happiness and joy. And I feel like if we do this, things will naturally start to open up new paths and meeting new people. So this would really be the one advice that I can give you. Again, even though I do not have all of the answers to all of that. Like, I'm still trying to find out why this is happening. Okay, so I'm back from the thrift store and I thought I'm showing you what I got. I was really conscious about the stuff that I grabbed, but number one is this adorable little cup. It is made in England and I love collecting these. I always know exactly when I encounter a made in England cup. I was like, wait a second, that looks like it could be made in England, and it is. So really happy this was in the €1 section where you can never go wrong. And I also found one, and let me quickly put this here because I broke so many things this week. I think I broke 3 dishes, and in a store I also dropped a bottle with some chocolate milk and it spilled all over the floor. One of the most embarrassing moments of this year. But I also found this little shelf, which I just love. You know how I'm obsessed with these. They look adorable on the wall. I'm going to paint this and make it more whimsical and magical. And I also am going to change this one and give it a little bit more whimsy style. But yeah, €3, a really cool find. And I also bought, let me get them without throwing down everything on my shelf. But I also got 2 pieces of fabric, and I have been obsessed with fabric and like collecting them if I can find them cheap, and they were only €2 in total. And I am so into starting to sew my own clothes, which is exactly what we are going to do, because I found that even though I don't have any friends to hang out with on the weekend, I can still do something fun for myself. And I really love practicing my crafts and learning new crafts. And in my head, it's like, why should I waste my time feeling sad if I can use all of this energy and invest it into crafting and just create something and have fun? And there is this really weird feeling, because on the one hand, of course, I'm sad that I cannot call someone and ask to hang out, but on the other hand, I have so much fun just sewing and crafting and going outside filming content for you. So it's not like I'm bored or I'm sitting like in my home crying all the time. I am done with this phase. I am investing all of the energy that I have into YouTube, into crafting, learning more skills, and really trying to become my best self. And I know it sounds cliche, but this is really what helped me to get over this initial sadness and instead be so happy when I created a piece, when I can show you something that I made, and like just wearing something that I sew. It's so good. And I highly recommend, if you love crafting and you are in a similar situation, that you just focus on your crafts. And I know there is like ups and downs, and at some point you will not be inspired to do crafting and you just want to do nothing, which I also have from time to time, and then I'm kind of spiraling again in my thoughts. But yeah, it is really good to focus on something that brings you joy. And yeah, I don't know if this helps. I don't know if any of what I'm saying in this video makes sense, because again, I have a hard time putting what I'm thinking about all of this into words, because I don't have a final answer. I don't know why I'm in the situation, and so I don't really know if it helps, but I do hope so. And if not, at least we are sewing something fun. So let's go to the sewing machine. Okay, so this is my first time using one of these patterns. I bought them in the past and I have a few really cute ones, but I never use them because whenever I look at them, I get so intrigued and I'm like, it's too complicated. I don't want to cut out all of these pieces because using the scissors is my least favorite crafting activity. And so I just bought them and they piled up in my little cabinet, and now I thought it's finally the time to try it out because I watched a Rachel Maxey's video and she always make it look like so easy, and I was like, let's try it. So yeah, Rachel Maxey, lend me your strength, and what could possibly go wrong? So let's tackle this pattern and let's just see what happens. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, it's easier to build furniture than following these instructions, I feel like. But I just said that it's fun to learn some new skills, and we are going to do exactly that. We are learning new skills. So let's go. Okay, so this is the progress with the shirt. Many mistakes were made. It is too small and I do not have the time to finish it when this video is publishing. So I guess I'm just taking this as a practice, and don't be too hard on myself because I, as I said, have never worked with a pattern, and there were many things where I was like, what do I do here? Like, questioning all my life choices, but we are determined to actually study more sewing. And so yeah, I guess I did not do too bad, but I said this before, I feel like when it comes to crafting, preparing is key, but I do not want to waste all of the other fabric that I used, and so I am going to use this to make a baby doll top, kind of just a really simple top. And yeah, then we have at least a whimsy top. I will need to embroider some or sew something inside because it is quite see-through. I did not think about this before, but I guess it will look really, really cute. So we will see if I can finish this one until tomorrow. And that's the problem, if you cannot do what you love full time. If you want to support, don't forget to do the YouTube magic. Okay, and now let's try to finish it. Okay, something else that I always love doing on my weekends is, of course, to read. And I really love experiencing all of the creative magic of these authors. And I always think, what new can there be? Like, what new world or storyline can there be? There is everything already. But then people never fail to amaze me and come up with this really cool new idea or world. And so I just love experiencing the creative magic of other people, and books are one of my most favorite ways to do so. My favorite genre is fantasy, of course. I really love immersing myself into all of these fantastical worlds, and I have a really vivid imagination, so whenever I'm reading, I see the story play out in my head. And so I really love reading, and I also tried over the last few months decreasing my screen time in the evening, and instead of like working until 11 p.m. or something like that, instead grab my book and read, which has really helped with sleeping, which is logical. But yeah, I thought I'm sharing with you my current reads because you are always really interested. And the book that I'm currently reading is Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. And I already talked about the first part of that, which was called Heartless Hunter. And I loved this book so much. I think I read it in like 3 days or 4 days. And I am reading through this so fast. So the writing is really easy and really intuitive, I want to say. And there is this girl, and I'm so bad with remembering names, like Rune. Her name is Rune. Okay, so we have Rune, and Rune is our main protagonist. She is a witch, and she lives on this island where witches are being hunted. And then there is also Gideon. Gideon is the most powerful witch hunter on the island where the story takes place. And Rune also has this double life, like she has the secret identity at night where she helps other witches. And I think Kristen Ciccarelli did such a good job, because usually when I read a book and I get into it right away, it is really rare, but the writing of Kristen is so good. And I also really love part 2. I think I'm going to finish it this weekend. The only thing that I do not like about part 2 is, and I don't want to spoiler anything, but as you can imagine, the fates of Rune and Gideon are intertwined. And so there is this constant back and forth in book number 2. And I was like, at some point, okay, we get it now. Like, we get the idea. This was the only thing that got me annoyed. But I said this before, there is a point where I get annoyed with the main protagonists at some point. Like, there is no chance I'm reading and I'm not getting annoyed. But yeah, really good book, and I can highly recommend. I think if I had to rate it, I would probably give the series a 3.9 out of 5. Yeah, it's really, really good, really unique. And I also, while I was driving, started listening to The Black Witch, because now I can listen in my new car to audiobooks, which is so cool. I used to listen to my audiobooks with my smartphone, and as you can imagine, this was like not the best thing, because if I was driving on like the main road, I could barely hear anything. So now this is such a good thing for me. I can drive and read at the same time, like best thing in the world. But yeah, Black Witch, I love it so far. I cannot say too much about it, but I think it is quite popular. There is 5 books, which I love. I love reading books where there is like more to the story and it's not done in one book. I love immersing myself into a big, good fantasy world.